you can't just go out there and be like, oh yeah, that guy fucking fingled and dingled me, so I want him in jail, I want his career destroyed. Can't do that. So it's been a while since I've done a Vic Mignogna video, but there hasn't been really anything that struck me as something to go, okay, record this now. Because this let's face it, there's a lot of stuff involving Vic Mignogna right now, and a good 80% of it is standing with Vic people and Kickvic people fucking ripping each other's heads off. So with that being said, a good amount of stuff is covered all the time, every tweet, everything, and I don't want to cover something that is mainly just hearsay. I like to get the important stuff. I feel that matters and that's worth talking about, rather than giving some asshole from Kickvic his 5 seconds of fame or 5 minutes of fame on my video, which is not that much anyway. It's only like 30 views, right? So it's like, I don't want to do that and advertise people like that, because that's going against, I feel, Vic Mignogna's message about not really spreading like violence, not really targeting people and attacking people, because let's face it, a good amount of my videos involving Kickvic is targeting Kickvic and attacking Kickvic, which I feel contradicts the entire point of Vic Mignogna's message. And I don't really want to do that. I want to cover the positive stuff and the stuff that matter, the concrete tweets that are important to cover for not only his case, but the majority of the issue, right? Now, this is one of the things that I particularly would like to cover. It's not that much, right? It's Nick Rekieta has basically confirmed that on his latest live stream that Tao Animation knows about the entire Kickvic #Kickvic scandal. As a simple fan, I can only tag Toei in my tweets from now on every time Funimation / voice actors / cosplayers do illegal / unethical things like doxing or harassment. #Istandwithvic. So this could be important, and then it might not be important. So what that means is, okay, so now Toei Animation is aware of what's going down, especially with the studio Funimation. Now, Toei is the big daddy, right? They're the big guys, the big boss, the corporate leaders of this whole thing. So if they don't like a majority of the cast that's within Funimation, it's going to put Funimation overall in a corner to do something, or they could possibly lose their project and a good source of their money. And that being Dragonball Super, for example. Maybe the license, the rights, who knows? Really, it comes down to who they stand with, right? Do they stand with Vic? Or are they against Vic? If they know about this, they could either intervene or not. If they choose to, that could be a huge factor to Funimation's move in general about anything with Vic. Hiring Vic, not hiring Vic, firing Sean Schemmel, Monica Rial, Christopher Sabat, all this stuff. And it really just comes down to where Toei stands. Now, Toei isn't I wouldn't say they're the main influence for Funimation, but I think they are a big variable here. And it really depends on how passionate and involved they decide to be. If they feel like this is bad press op for just Dragon Ball alone, or Toei for themselves, they could just pull the license right out of the rug, I think. It really depends. You really don't want to piss off Toei. So it's just I feel like this is something to really cover, because the fact that they know this, they know this, you just don't know where they stand. You can only imagine on if they stand with a side, because they got to pick a side. There's obviously a side here. In terms of this topic, there's always going to be something that you believe in when it comes to this, because you can't take both sides, really, right? Because it comes down to this. You can understand both sides, but you can't take both sides. Reason being is there's no in between. There's no middle ground here. Because you're going to offend one side whether you like it or not, and you have to believe one. Do you think this person's a liar or not? If you think she's a liar, then all right, you're on standing with Vic's side. You believe in justice. You believe in proven. You're innocent until proven guilty. That's what you believe in. Do you believe that he's a liar? If so, then you feel a great amount of sympathy and you feel a lot of guilt and regret about what the woman went through, even though there's no proof, right? And either side you pick, some people can judge you, some people might not judge you. It's a hard topic. It's a really hard, complex case to crack, because you can't crack it. Then I feel like, my personal opinion, because I stand with Vic, the majority of people should, follow justice. They should follow the system. They should follow how things should be solved in terms of being accused of something. Because it's not right. You can't just go out there and be like, oh yeah, that guy fucking fingled and dingled me, so I want him in jail. I want his career destroyed. You can't do that. You can't do that. Why? Why would you? One, why would you do that? Two, actually, it's good. You could actually assume, since you're making accusations, how come the person who's being accused can't make accusations as well, such as, you're trying to get famous off me. You're trying to ride my coattails because now I have a Broly movie. I'm a big ass star. You want to attack me because you want money. You want fame, and you don't see those people getting arrested or their lives are being thrown away. And that's because that side that accuses that person of doing something like that, they have nothing to lose because they got a fucking minimum wage job, they bagging groceries or some shit. So it's like, it's one of those things where you can understand both sides in terms of, if this person's a liar, you know why they're going after this man. You can understand that based off of them being greedy and just inconsiderate, right? Just terrible people. So this, I feel like, is a huge thing. Alright, based off of a lot of this, right? Because this isn't the only thing that kind of happened, right? We have Vic Mignogna getting an anime. That too, which is hilarious. We have him invited to he's invited to Community Fest. He's got invited to a bunch of conventions that are hiring him now. So this is insane, because now we're seeing that there's multiple conventions that actually stand with Vic. They believe in this rightful, logical sense of justice, and this is the right way, the right mentality. And it's cool that that first con did this. Thank God for Kameha Con. Thank God for Community Fest, because these are the first cons that really put their foot down. And the biggest con, Kameha Con, basically said we're taking Vic in. Like, that, I feel like, is the big, because that's the biggest Dragon Ball con of all time, and it's an example. If you have multiple cons doing this, or if you even have one con that does this, it sparks a flame that could potentially make other cons feel and stand for themselves and stand for what they believe in. And that's why this is a great thing that ever happened when it came to cons and Vic. That one con decided to just have the balls to stand up, follow what the fans want, and act like an actual company and actual people that stand for justice. They did the right thing, and they're forever going to have respect for that. And it's a beautiful thing when you look at it. Now, the only thing that could fuck up this Cinderella story here is if someone manages to pull out a 2-minute video of a woman getting sexually assaulted by Vic. That's the only thing that could set this entire thing into flames. But let's be realistic. That would have happened by now. So I think it's safe to say standing with Vic is just the right thing to do. Now, this and all these other variables, like the stuff that I didn't cover, like Monica Rial making, getting all butthurt, making her own convention, meet and greet, whatever, where she signs, gives hand jobs to people who visit her. Who the hell knows? She's got to be doing something like that, because I can only imagine her line having like a max of 5 people. It's like, it's ridiculous. She's basically making a stand. It's like a club. It's like a little breakfast club thingy. She's like, all right, you know what? I'm making my own club, my own personal riot against all these big cons, and I'm gonna call it the Monica Rial Convention. I'm gonna dress up all nice, dress up like Bulma, fucking, I don't know, treat everybody like I would Vegeta, right? And she's doing this. She's timing it accordingly. She's even putting up tweets. She's even put up look at this. Look at this. Look at this. She's even put up tweets of like, well, right here. Let's see. So here she's saying she didn't. This was a rumor that they were kicking off cosplayers of Fullmetal Alchemist, and they're kicking her off the line. She's stating here that she didn't do it, but right here, look at this. Also, I'll be doing a discounted rate of $20, and auto includes character cards with a free selfie. Huh! Free selfie? That if I give you the $20, though, right? If I don't give you the $20, no free selfie? And look at this, look at this, look at this. with a free selfie. I know it's a drive, so I'm looking out for all of you. Okay, so she better be whipping out these discounts because she knows her line is gonna be 0, or at least Kickvic. It's gonna be like a solid 5 people. Let's see who would be on our line. We got Sean Schimmel, we got Christopher Sabat, we got Beerus, we got, you're gonna have all the voice actors on our line, obviously, because you gotta make a party somehow. You better give. The only way I would ever attend this is if they gave free alcohol. That'd be smart. I would do that if I was you. All right, Monica, Bulma, whatever. Get wasted like you did at your party in the Beerus arc, and shots are on you, because people are going to your stuff. They're Kickvic, and it's a very small percent in terms of the whole anime community. So this is just one of the things. These are the kinds of things I don't cover because I feel like it's unnecessary. I don't want to advertise this woman. I don't want to advertise the Mars. Well, all right, maybe Mars Girl, but to be honest with you, you would only do that for shits and giggles, and you only do that because Mars Girl's an idiot. And the thing is with that is, we know she's an idiot already. It's already confirmed she's an idiot. So why cover her anymore? Her word should have 0 value at this point. Just like Monica Rial, because you all know they stand for Kicking with Vic. Well, not kick. Well, that and Kicking Vic. But you know that she, essentially, we know her opinion. We know Ron Toy Boy, whatever. We know all these people where they stand. Their roles are solidified. And the tweets, it comes down to Kickvic, standing with Vic, seeming on the norm, Kicking Vic, seeming like lunatics, people with ludicrous comments and photoshopped images, and it's all these things that are all confirmed now. So when I keep up to date, I want to keep up to date with big announcements and updates that I feel are, it's productive, and it's good to break down the story even further, because you want to cover stuff like this. So that's what I have with here. We've had positive messages from Vic. This is Ghost Shell Zen's tweets, by the way. You should follow her. She's very up to date when it comes to this stuff. Vic, nothing but positive responses, none but positive messages, and he's even this video right here. He's telling people, hey, don't rip each other's heads off. People who support me, don't attack them. Let them talk their way, because let's be realistic here. The reason why he's even got this many conventions even offering him stuff, the reason why he still has jobs, the reason why he's still semi-okay is because it's not just us. It's the fact that a big major flaw in Funimation's plan to dethrone Vic is the fact that the people in there are so not only condescending, but their egos are so huge that they have to fire back at people, and they dug their own grave. Essentially, that's what they did. They dug their own graves by attacking the fans over and over and over again. And then the more we started to debunk all these tweets and all these corrupt pictures and just how Sean and everybody and Christopher, treat their fans and treat their coworkers and employees, these all were variables that play a huge, just a ginormous part to, I feel, the decision making of these cons, and especially us, because the people who stood with Vic from the start, I guarantee you there was a good amount of them that were Kickvic, and if anything, I feel like they changed their minds as well based off of all the stuff that went down, and that's a big thank you to Funimation. So where do I see his career going from here? So I think we have a good hint based off of what we're seeing already. I predict a lot of backlash, a lot of drama for the next, I sadly, forever, from Kickvic's side. This is a thing that's always going to boil down to people who are always going to have to stoop to security measures and high tier, high class, relentless policy to ban people and stop people from bringing up anything involving Vic being a sexual harasser. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be good for Vic, because Vic is always going to deal with this drama, and it's always going to be there. Now, people, cons, and studios can always have a change of heart, and they could always pull a fast one not want to deal with the press op and get rid of Vic. Vic's always going to be on a thread, is what I'm saying. Do I predict employees from Funimation like Monica Rial and Sean Schemmel will be fired? I like Vic, or, you know, because of this, well, it depends on the case, right? That's what it comes down to. It depends on the case. There could be some deal, some arrangement where maybe they can work something out, and maybe Vic will have a deal or a contract where he gets his job back, but Monica has to be fired. Maybe there's so many different things that could happen. I don't think it would happen, though, because you got to think of it from Funimation's point of view. What's the best business move? It's damage control. It's an ultimate form of damage control. From any business, you got to think that way. And if Vic gets a job and anybody else got fired from Funny, you would have to think that, okay, well, this would obviously anger employees. Sean Schemmel, Christopher Sabat. Do you really want to anger the high-tier employees, the people you have to know your place when you're around? Because you fire Goku, you fire Vegeta, you're in a real big pickle. If you're the dubbings for, you know, Dragon Ball Super. Can you recast? Sure, but these are huge shoes that you have to fill. And any company is going to obviously value a majority of the cast, especially Dragon Ball Super, which has, you know, you got legends, you got Sunny, you got Christopher Sabat, you got Sean Schemmel. You know, you got these people that you can't lose, Beerus. And you don't want to piss off your employees. So we don't know how passionate these people are when it comes to the voice actor side of things in the company. We don't really know how passionate they really are. But if some of them are willing to not go to cons because Vic is going there, it comes down to, okay, are they crazy enough to quit because Vic is being rehired? And you got to think about stuff long term. Companies, I don't see Funimation taking Vic back. No matter how I look at it, it would be too awkward for him. It'd be too awkward for them. Too uncomfortable for everybody. And it could potentially, you know, piss off a lot of the employees in Funny. And people will start quitting. And there'll be a riot, a little miniature riot within the company as well. And you don't want to hire somebody who brought this huge drama to your company and your voice actors and your employees. You don't want to make a hostile environment. And that's from Funimation's point of view. It comes down to, again, damage control. These are their cards now. What's the best hand to take? And their best hand would not be to take Vic back. I don't, because, like, yeah, it would equal a lot of rage amongst the community, but if voice actors are dropping, they have to find some sick replacements. And it really comes down to what they value more there. So that's my take on that. Vic will still have a job. Vic will still get invited to cons. It's subject to change, though. Like, we don't even know what it's like. We haven't had a taste of the environment of him going to cons and, you know, with Kickvic supporters there as well. We haven't had one yet. So when it happens, and we'll find out what cons are like. We have to see what the environment's like, and I think cons need to see what the environment's like as well. Well, hopefully they packed on security and everything, and Vic will be fine. However, that still doesn't mean it's gonna. It depends on the consistency. What I mean by that is if the momentum of Kickvic and the consistency of all these cons being attacked and targeted, and, you know, thievery and stolen property and destructive damage and riots, if all this stuff is really impactful enough, it's very possible for cons to give in under pressure and take the easy way out. And let's hope they don't do that. Let's hope everybody remains strong. But it's you know, just because it's one invite doesn't mean his name is cleared. And even if his name is cleared, that doesn't necessarily mean cons still might give in to pressure and try to do damage control. And what they feel damage control could be to not invite Vic. That settles some drama from Kickvic, because Kickvic's side's full of animals. So I stand with Vic's side as normal people from what I've seen. So that's my prediction, but I could be wrong too, right? And that's what we're hoping for right now. That's what I'm hoping for, at least right now. As far as the other cast, I'm not sure. They might just not very well attend any more cons as long as Vic's invited, which is fine. That's all good. I don't give a shit about them. That's fine. And, you know, they could take a vacation, whatever. But if things get really worse and he's really more accepted by the day, Goku, Vegeta, all of them, they might quit. They might quit. And if that's the case, it might be up to Funimation to decide what to do, because they might not want them to quit. They might just not take Vic. And that's why I could see Vic never coming back to Funimation. But to be honest with you, that's fine. He doesn't. Who would want to go back to that company that screwed him over and ruined, tarnished his name? You know what I mean? Anyways, that's my take on this. Like if you like this, like if you have no thumbs, subscribe, kill that man in the subscribe button. Beat that thing to death. And yeah, I will keep up to date with the details. I'm only going to make videos on the important ones, though. Anyways, laters.